got a lot of important stuff to say. I mean, he says he's gonna need a whole lot more than 3 minutes.
Yeah, I'm glad that's
And
fine.
I mean, we've got a stack of people here wanting to speak, and he may cover a lot of what the questions are, but I would think we would give him more than 3 minutes since he is the president of the Cain board.
Do you think you can do it in 5 or 10 minutes? Yeah. Okay.
And I think, we're planning to let Steve speak as well. Are you on the list, Steve? Okay. And what I'm gonna tie into what Jerry Don started to talk about. Many of you may not know the history of the Cain Center, and frankly, I didn't know a whole lot about it until I started serving on the board about 7 years ago. But the Cain Center is a gift from the Effie and Walker Cain Foundation of both land and money. In 1983, they gave land and money to start this thing. And the community came together and matched their money. And when they matched the money, they built the Cain Center. And the Cain Center board that Jerry Don referred to was established. And from that point forward, the Cain Center board has managed that. In the beginning, the Effie and Walford Cain Foundation provided operating capital up to 50% of the cost to operate the facility. And did that for several years. Around the 90s sometime, and I'm not real clear on when this happened, the IRS changed the laws where this foundation could not support them anymore. Okay? So they didn't just yank the rug out from underneath them. They slowly did it over time. But as they did it, the Cain Foundation has struggled ever since that point. They've had financial, we've all known about it. Everybody in this room except for Philip probably understands it. We've all been around here and knew that. So that being said, that number of 1.3 million, that's a big number, but that ain't even close to what the Cain Center has produced over that 10-year period. The Cain Center itself produces most of the budget. That 1.3 today represents 15% of our budget. And it's a big number, and if we don't, what we didn't say on this deal is they provided us $60-something thousand. But what in the budget workshops, when they voted not to fund the 130 they did in the last few years, and that's at 1.3 over 10 years. It's a pretty easy number to figure. And really what I'm here to do is ask for the money back, ask for that money for us, and what I brought with me is about $50,000 in public support. Now that public support is contingent on y'all funding us again. But I think if I can get that, I can start the ball rolling with Philip's help. Philip and I are working pretty well together. And Steve and I feel we can get the ball rolling to get the thing turned around. And my primary goal is to get it turned around to Desi. At their workshops, when the budget talked, when Mr. Elliott talked about the budget workshops, they voted not to fund us, which it was the right thing to do, and I'm glad they did it. Because here we all are today talking about it. If they hadn't done that, we'd all just be going along like we are before, and we'd be losing money. So here we are talking about it. But what they did in that meeting is they had some information that kind of threw them off. They thought we had a budget shortfall of $300,000. Well, we don't. We have a budget shortfall of 117 this year. But from June to now, we're in the positive about 26,000. And that's a result of some personnel leaving us that saved us a bunch of money and a lot of income from the pool, which several of y'all have brought up. And in the survey that the city did, the pool was the primary thing. So the pool is key, and we all know that. So what I'm saying is they had some bad information when they voted not to fund us, and I'm trying to give them some good information now. I've given them a budget for next year, which includes the $130,000. And we're in the positive 15,000 with that budget. If we don't have the 130,000, we're in the negative 145,000. So what I'm asking y'all is for 100 next year, in addition to the 63 you've already committed there. And with that 100, I'm gonna bring at least 50 that I have pledges from the community. I feel like, and Steve and I have been working together on this, we can probably get higher than that, but we just haven't had enough time to ask enough people yet. I think with this public support, I can get that. I think as the momentum grows, we can get up there. And frankly, if we can get the operation budget whole, my next goal is to fix the pool. And I'm on the board one more year as the president. I know when Terry asked me to be president, I said I'd do it for 2 years, and she said she'd be there for 2 years, and she's gone. but if I think if I have this next term, we can get the pool headed the right direction. We need to get some solid bids on doing it. That study that Philip put up was a study that was commissioned by the board to see where we were facility-wise. This thing opened in 1986, and just like he said about the city water towers, since 1986, it's been hard to carry that thing and fix it like we want to fix it. It's been tough to operate since the Cains left us, and the Cains have given us a ton of support. Over the years, they've given us money to fix different things, but it just hadn't been enough. And the primary goal here is to keep it operating so we can start fixing these things. And like I said, I think the right thing that y'all did was to go pull it out, because now we've got something here we can talk about. And it's gotten out, it never has gotten out like this before. The board has always fought to get public recognition of it, but the story really hadn't been told. Steve took over in the mid-2000s, and it was really struggling then. It was more closer to 200,000 short. He got it cleaned up. Bill Hunt took it over, and it was rolling along just fine. And we had a huge rainfall on that, and the winds were blowing who knows how far, and it flooded the thing, and it cost us $60,000. Since that point, we've been behind. And we couldn't get, our insurance company they called it a water damage, and as y'all know, in the insurance world, water damage isn't covered. Okay? We thought it was wind driven. Now granted, we had the biggest rain we've ever had in March and April this year, and we didn't flood. But the wind wasn't big. So, I think we've overcome some things, and we had this large hit a couple of years ago, and I think we're poised to go the right direction. But if you pull all that 130, we're gonna have a hard time making it. And I've told these people that if I can get y'all to do it, would y'all give me the money? That was my sales pitch. So I'm gonna let you know that. If we don't get it, I'm gonna go back to them and talk. Like I said in the newspaper, I said, we either figure out a way to make it the budget or we close. It's real simple. So if y'all say, no, we can't do anymore, we got other options, I respect that. And we may go back as the board and say, we're gonna try to get the public to come in and help us, but it's gonna be tough. I mean, it's gonna be beyond tough. It's been tough enough having the money that was there. And I think what I'm trying to overcome with y'all and a lot of the public, or the board is trying to overcome, is that the public information out there is everywhere. People don't know what the Cain Center is. We have 250 memberships in the Cain Center. Now, that represents about 1,000 people that use it as an athletic facility. But it's not an athletic facility, it's like an event center. It's a place where everybody goes. We figure we see about 100,000 people a year come through there. And that's what we can measure. We can't measure some of the people that don't check in and stuff. But it's a large impact to the community. And I think it's something that the council, and I think the public, should be considerate of what they're having to do and what we need to do as a community to support that thing. It's not just the board gonna fund it, it's the community that's gonna fund it, along with help from the city, help from, the membership's driving a lot of money. The college is part of our membership. The college gives us $83,000 a year, and their staff and their students can come use it. The cheerleaders use it. So we have lots of partners in the thing. And I think if we keep the same partnership and take this momentum that we've established now, we can probably fix what needs to be fixed. I think the pool is the primary thing we gotta fix next, because it's the most talked about thing in the survey, so.
Are the Cain still promising to help on that part of it?
They haven't promised anything, but I think if they, in the past, and I'll let Steve talk about this some, but in the past, when they've seen that the community's behind it, they've been behind it.
Right.
They've matched it, we've had matching gifts.
Yeah.
I think if we got enough money raised up and matched it, we could make it happen. The pool is not broke out in that fiscal study, but me and some other board members have some ideas. We think that pool could be a gym for the community. We could make it a semi-outdoor pool. We gotta fix the pump systems and the things that are causing the problems, but we could get it to where people get outside during the summer. And it made up our budget just like it is in this summer, so.
It seems like they're using a lot of it for therapy.
They are doing that.
Didn't we reach out to ETMC or some of the?
Yeah, I actually tried to call ETMC this week, but I got sidetracked and I got busy and I
They
didn't
would
get
seem
back.
like the logical choice to reach out for some help.
They can help us, I agree, they can help us. But it's not just be one person, it's gonna be all of us chipping in.
Right, right.
Cliff, I have a question.